All right, so we can call the meeting to order at 6:31. First thing on the agenda is the approval of minutes from the April 28th meeting. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular select board meeting from April 28th.
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving the meeting minutes from the April 28th regular select board meeting signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. So I would entertain a motion to take the agenda out of order and start with Sherwood for COVID-19 town updates.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of taking the meeting agenda out of order and starting with COVID-19 town updates signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Welcome, Sherwood. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. And all of you?
Doing all right.
As far as updates go, overall, we're doing pretty well. All of the town staff has received KN95 masks. These masks should be used when you're in contact with somebody that's potentially a risk to you. With the KN95s, they are not as protective as the N95s, but they're better than the cloth masks or the paper ones. So these will protect you from somebody else and somebody else from you as well. The problem with them is in wearing them all the time is there's such an air draw to get air through them that they're uncomfortable. So the recommendation is still to wear the cloth masks in general, but they are available to staff, and each one of the board members should have received some of them in their boxes. Carla had put them up. We have received a shipment of hand sanitizer. We're working on the distribution for that. And the thermometers we hit a glitch with, and I had that order canceled, and have another supplier that can guarantee that they can be here, and that's in the process.
Okay.
Oh, and one other thing, the update for the policy was distributed on Monday, and of course, when we hit Friday and they make changes, there'll be another update to that on next Monday.
Okay. Anyone have questions, comments?
Yes. My wife does.
I
She's
have a
jumping
question.
around.
Okay.
Are they supposed to be wearing them in the town hall? Because I did go register my dog and there were 3 people in the town office and none of them had masks on.
In general, when people are facing the public, they should be wearing masks unless they're outside and they maintain the 6-foot distance. But if somebody comes into the town hall, particularly the town clerk's office, as long as that shield is between the general public and the clerk, the mask is not really necessary. If you were in there in close contact within that 6 feet parameter, yes, it should be masks on.
So the 3 of them who are next to each other, they don't need to wear masks? They're next to each other?
If they're in a space, in a confined space, they should be wearing masks if they are within a space that allows less than 6 feet.
Okay, I was just wondering because they were conversing close to each other, but nobody had masks. So
It's going to be there's going to be an adjustment period to it, and I mean that's the biggest thing is it's sometimes it's difficult to get that, get that across. But it's a work in progress.
Thank you.
It's all about building new habits.
Yep, totally agree.
I have a question about the sanitizer. Because it's so liquidy, should I have some like old spray pump bottles, if you think that might be a little bit more effective than the actual pump bottle.
I think yes, the spray bottles would actually be much more effective in distributing it, since it is the consistency of water. It's obviously not the gel consistency that most of the commercial hand sanitizers are. This is industrial stuff. It does not have the
Aloe.
gel aloe. It doesn't have it. Yeah, and if you use it, you definitely want to have some kind of a moisturizer available to you, because a few shots of that stuff will really, really dry you out.
Okay, I'll see what I can find. I think I at least have 3. I'll see if I can dig up some more and bring them in tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Skylar.
My pleasure.
Anybody have anything else for Sherwood? Sherwood, do you have anything else for us?
I don't think so at this point, other than I'm here based on the new business discussion in case you need any input from me. So I'll sit back and listen and do some work, and when you need me, shout.
All right. Well, since we're already taking the agenda out of order, 2 things I forgot to do. One is just I want to list everyone who is in the meeting. There is Christina Wright, Will Bissonette, Irv Stoll, Rob Wright, Rich Melanson from BCTV, Steve Frisk, Crystal Mansfield, Helen Holt, Sherwood Lake, and Carla Lumbrough. And then we do have one deletion to the agenda. I forgot to ask Carla to make everyone copies of the Bartlett Tree Service contract. So I think we'll just table that until the next meeting and we can discuss it then.
I think that's in the, was that all of the on the clipboard? Because I put it all in the packet.
I didn't get the Bartlett stuff in the packet.
Oh.
Nor did I.
In the PDF?
Nope.
No.
Okay. I apologize. I thought I scanned it in.
No big deal.
Okay.
So then let's move down to new business, and we'll talk about town hall / common events upcoming for spring and summer, and how COVID-19 is going to impact that, and if we need to suspend use of the town hall and the common for some given period of time. So, Sherwood, has there been any direction from the SEOC around summer gatherings, events yet?
Currently, no. Right now, everything is down to indoors or in a congregate setting, no more than 10 people. Indoors is still pretty much prohibited unless under certain strict condition. You can require anybody entering the building from the public to wear masks. But there's nothing, I expect that that's going to change very soon, but as of right now, you couldn't use the building for anything more than what we're using it for now, any of the town buildings. And the town common, under the addendum 13, which was issued this last week, you need to create an independent policy for its use, limiting numbers of people and how they can use it for outdoor recreation. And that's something that hasn't even been explored.
Okay. Well, I guess the question is do we have any events coming up? Carla,
So
do you,
we have the,
go ahead, Crystal.
so Carla, do you have the calendar in front of you? I'm not sure. So I know there, so May 30th is now Green Up Day, which we had talked about having a town truck on the common. There are a couple of community groups. Community Hope and Action comes to mind, as does West River Valley Thrives, looking to do some tabling at that event. And the intention was to be able to hand out food, and we have had last year there was a bit of a cookout happening. My sense is it's a little early in the reopening of the state. When you look around the state and see what other, I guess towns are not deciding, agencies are deciding, but there are many, multiple activities in group settings that are not happening through the spring and summer. And I feel really strongly that we need to make a decision, because a lot of these events take months of planning. To my mind, Fair Day comes to mind with, the first weekend in August is packed. There's 1,000 people on the common. I guess I just have concerns about public safety, and I think it's worth talking about and maybe making a decision about as a town, and then letting the area agencies that utilize the common over the spring and summer know, so that they're not planning for an event that isn't going to happen.
Right. Yeah, I mean, my hunch is that as we go forward, a lot of the agencies are going to decide to cancel on their own. But I think you're right. If we make it easier for them to make that decision, then that probably serves us all fairly well.
Will that,
I mean, to my mind, we would.
hey, Crystal.
Sorry. I just would say that to my mind, we would be as a town making a decision that in some ways is protective of the townspeople. And in my head, that would be my role, doing my due diligence. And rather than waiting for people individually to say, well, we're going to cancel this event or we're going to postpone it. I think that's a little gray, and I think it sets the town up to have this conflicting. I think we have to have one message, is my opinion.
One of the things that I was going to point out in the share screen, and I'll put that up so that you can see it, is I know that there's a lot has gone on about, can you see the share screen?
Yeah.
With the map?
Yes.
The thing to take into account is right here where I'm circling. Windham County has, as of today, this map is today, 75 cases. But if you look down below, right below us from Greenfield, Springfield, down south to the Connecticut border, if you see that tan area or beige area, those are the hot spots and those are the numbers of cases. Instead of that kind of migrating away from us, that is coming closer. This area over here around Boston, Cambridge, that area wasn't even into New Hampshire 3 or 4 days ago. So there's a lot still to potentially happen, no matter how much they say or they're telling us that, you know, the numbers are peaking and they're balancing off or dropping in some cases. If you look right close to us, those numbers are migrating more towards us. And the more people start moving around, the more potential that is going to come into our area. So I think that's an important thing to think about when talking about allowing any kind of events for the immediate future to occur. I think I sent this out to everybody today
Yep.
in the executive summary.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, and I think, Crystal, I think you're also right, that it probably behooves us to take some sort of action. As far as Green Up Day, I don't know, maybe we just suspend it until maybe July 1st. And then we can always revisit it at any given meeting, like the governor does every day. We can always amend it if something changes. But I'd like to not have to, I think it makes sense to not have to do it like every meeting for 2 weeks and 2 weeks and 2 weeks, particularly because, as you pointed out, Crystal, some of these things take months to plan. So if people are made aware now, they can figure out either another venue or another avenue to go down.
Yeah. And the commitment to Green Up Day by the town, if I'm remembering correctly, was only that we would have the little town truck somewhere where people that wanted to green up on, the state has now bumped it back to May 30th. So those green trash bags would be able to be put in the little town truck, and maybe we just relocate that town truck for the event on that day or something. I don't know, maybe we put it at the town garage instead of on the common, and you know, people can bring their green up bags there and
Yeah.
be done with it. No granola bars this year, or no barbecue.
Right. Right.
One of the things specifically towards Green Up Day that came out, I believe it came out of the governor's office, was he was suggesting, or somebody around him was suggesting, that people just take the bags on their own and take a walk. And then they would be collected, you know, at some point or multiple points after a weekend walk or a trip, something like that, rather than a more formal event. That, again, may change, but that's one of the suggestions they had, rather than having any kind of group events around something like that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's what, 2 weeks away, give or take. So if a call is going to be made, they're going to have to do it pretty soon, I would think.
But they haven't delivered the bags yet, have they?
I don't think they haven't delivered the bags yet, have they?
Oh,
No,
the
we
Green Up
can't get the
bag-
5 gallon.
The
No, the
Green Up
Green
bags,
Up-
they
Compost
said
bags or the green?
they
No.
hadn't decided when they was going to deliver them.
Right, the Green Up Day bags, Carla.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Steve, what do you think?
Is Steve on the line? What does Steve think? Are you on the line? Are you?
Yeah, he is.
Because, you know, often, many times towns, you bring your green up bag, you leave it, you know, at a designated spot at the end of the road, and then the town trucks come along and pick them up, and we don't do that here, but is that an option for this year, just given the circumstances?
Well, that has
Or
been done
another
in the
centralized
past,
location?
where green up bags have been left on the side of the road, and on Monday, we go and pick them up. That's been done before.
So I guess I would ask the question, and as we have, well, we have one more meeting before Green Up Day. If the event actually happens on the 30th, do we want to think about how the town might support that statewide event on the 30th in an alternate fashion and not have it held on the common?
No, I would support that.
Yep, I would too. So, go ahead, Irv.
According to the governor, that you're not going to let the bags out till the end of the month anyways. That's what was on TV the night before last. The green up bags weren't going to be out till the end, just about the end of the month, unless there was a change.
Well, regardless, I think that we should have a plan in place. We should probably make a plan as a town to have an alternate activity happen if we're intending to do that, whether the truck just be at the transfer station and people just bring them and drop them off on that Saturday with their regular trash, or whether we have people put them at the end of their driveway and the town trucks drive around, or we probably ought to think of a plan before it's right in front of us.
Yeah, I agree.
But you're gonna have to pay to get rid of it anyways, because it's nothing's gonna be free this year.
Right, that's true too. So I guess what we're looking for is a motion to suspend large group activities on the common until, I mean, I'm thinking July 1st, if someone has other ideas about that. Somebody want to move to do that, or do we want to, I mean, the next meeting is the
26th.
26th, so that cuts it close for Green Up Day stuff if we're going to do anything like that.
What are the other events on the common this summer? There's Green Up Day in May, and then is there something else happening between Green Up Day and the Hospital Fair Day that anyone
Wasn't
knows
there the
of? Paula, do you
5K?
have a- That's already
Was it the
happened.
the 5K already happened?
The Memorial Day parade, is that
Correct.
this year in Townsend? There's the Memorial Day parade.
Oh, right, yep.
I don't know if it's this year's Townsend or if it's Newbrook.
I don't know either. Carla, can
I
we?
I haven't seen anything for a parade. The only thing I remember are the 5K that Crystal said already happened, the Hospital Fair Day, and there was one other, I think that was already, that was supposed to be in April. Hold on, I'm pulling up the old notes.
While Carla's looking that up, someone has joined the meeting who is labeled as KL. And if you could just please identify who you are, I would appreciate that.
I'm KL.
No, it's not you. There's
Okay.
K's iPhone and then KL.
Hi, it's just Karen LaRue. I was updating or looking at my email and I saw you guys were
Oh, okay.
having a meeting and I thought, hey, I'll stop in.
Okay, great.
Thanks.
Thank you. Sure. Carla, were you able to find anything?
I'm looking right now. My computer's
Okay.
searching.
So, are you looking for a motion, Will, or are you just looking for?
Yeah, I think we should make a decision. So yeah, I guess I'd entertain a motion to suspend large gatherings on the commons until July 1st.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of suspending large group activities on the common and in town hall until the 1st of July, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. So again, this is something we can do this now, and then if something changes, we can always retract it or extend it, whatever we end up needing to do with that. Okay. Sherwood, anything else that you wanted to check in with us about?
No, I think I'm all set unless anybody has any more questions for me. I just wanted to be able to be part of this discussion, but I don't have anything else.
Okay. Great. All right, so let's go back up to the top of the agenda. And we will do the warrants. Someone prepared to read warrants for me?
I'd make a motion to pay check warrant number 1 out of the payroll in the amount of $9,857.60.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of paying check warrant number 1 out of the payroll account in the amount of $9,857.60 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 2, payroll tax in the amount of $4,112.57.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of paying check warrant number 2, payroll taxes in the amount of $4,112.57 signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 3 out of the general fund in the amount of $8,466.67.
Second.
Any
Second.
discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of paying check warrant number 3 out of the general fund in the amount of $8,466.67 signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 4 out of the general fund in the amount of $3,115.88.
Second.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Actually, this is one, there was a typo in the amount on the warrant sheet. It should actually be $3,116.05. So Rob, you want to amend your motion to that amount?
I would amend my motion to, what was it again, 3,000?
$3,116.05.
$3,116.05.
Okay.
Amendment.
Okay. All those in, any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of paying check warrant number 4 out of the general fund in the amount of $3,116.05 signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 5 out of the highway fund, the amount of $1,371.30.
Second.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of paying check warrant number 5 out of the highway fund in the amount of $1,371.30 signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
Make a motion to pay check warrant number 6 out of the equipment fund, the amount of $1,248.06.
So moved.
Second.
Second it.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of paying check warrant number 6 out of the equipment fund in the amount of $1,248.06 signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. Okay. We do the highway report, Steve?
I need to purchase 8-inch minus ditch stone. I have 3 quotes. All 3 quotes are delivered price to the town pit. Sir Sassimo is $20.65. Hunter is $20.50. A.S. Clark is $22 a yard delivered to the town pit. I'm looking for 250 yards. At the lowest bid, that's $5,125. And this is for a project that we're working on. Wyndham Regional's very high priority list that we started on last fall.
Where is it?
Simpson Brook Road.
Okay. Anyone want to?
So I'd make a motion that we purchase 250 yards to the bidder for a total of $5,125.
So that would be Hunter, correct, Steve?
Yeah, Hunter at $20.50 per yard.
Okay. All those in favor of, I'm sorry, was there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of acquiring 250 yards of stone from Hunter Excavating in the amount, Steve, what was the amount again? I think I wrote it down.
$5,125.
$5,125, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. So go get some rocks.
We have a culvert that's beginning to fail on Deer Valley Road. It's on the dirt section under the power lines. I am working with Agency of Natural Resources right now. They're doing their study on what size pipe we're going to put in there. And I'll update you. I'm working with Scott Jensen on that. And I should have more information by the end of the week.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Everyone should have gotten a copy of counter money report from the clerk. And then I have the treasurer's report. So in the, let's see, in the sweep account is $772,893.95. And in the checking account is 30,000 even. Okay, so we're to correspondence. Kathy Hamels, I believe, was in touch with you, Carla, about tires. Is that correct? Or was it you,
Yes.
Steve?
It was not me.
Oh, okay.
She reached out to me again when I told her that the town would not be reimbursing her for her punctured tire. And she sent back another email to say that she thinks that we're wrong. And she gave us all the evidence and the receipts and asked me to talk to Steve about it again. So I forwarded him the email to see if there was anything different. But I think it was in the sidewall. So there's really nothing new that she presented to us.
Okay. Steve, you didn't learn anything new from it, did you?
No, nothing different than what we discussed at the last meeting.
Okay. All right. Well, I acknowledge her correspondence, but I feel like we have already made our decision.
Yes.
So next up is composting bags. So Carla had tried to order the 5-gallon bags from Organic Solutions, but they are no longer producing them. So I wanted to revisit it and see if we want to order the 13-gallon bags, which doubles the price per bag. It makes them 50 cents a bag instead of a quarter. So again, I'm not sure if that's going to influence the board's feeling on how we give them out, how we order them. One thing that we did, I remembered over the last week, was when we did them the first time, we had them at the garage and people could pick one up. But once they had gotten one, we swapped them. So if they dropped one off, they could get another one. So people couldn't hoard them. So I don't know if we want to look at that or if we want to maybe try to source another smaller bag somewhere else.
I got thinking about it. Well,
Yeah,
and I'll know more after Thursday night about what can go in them bags for compost.
okay.
I believe paper plates and stuff can go in them and go through the compost, but because it's biodegradable.
Yeah,
not
I think,
plastic.
right. I think they can take like pizza boxes and stuff like that, which are not recyclable because of the
Right.
food contaminant. Which has came up this week. Someone had a question about what's recyclable, what's not, given the fact that food containers often look very recyclable, but the cardboard ones are not. Anything else, if it's that like corn-based plastic, they can be recycled, but they have to be thoroughly washed.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is they have to be rinsed out because the food
But
contaminates
paper plate,
recycling.
Paper cups, like most of the takeout coffee cups, I believe, would be recyclable, not the plastic coated ones.
Right, exactly. But yeah, those would be compostable when we get there.
Right.
So, I guess
So maybe
really,
the 13-gallon bags would be, because 5 gallons you wouldn't get much for if you had a few paper plates and cups and stuff to mix with your compost. There wouldn't
That's
be
true.
much room.
Yep, that's absolutely true. So does anyone feel like they want to move to go ahead and order the 13-gallon?
When people stop at Riverbend and or Harmonyville Market, does anybody know what they use for cups? Are they compostable or are they recyclable?
I
Those
don't know
cups,
off the top of my
The
head.
ones that I've had at Riverbend should be compostable because they're a paper cup.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I was just wondering if anybody knew when they stopped to get coffee.
For the most part, I think most takeout stuff now is compostable. Like they're not really making styrofoam anymore. It's that corn styrofoam, which is compostable. So I think ours, right, the bigger bag. Well, I'm certain that somebody's going to try to cheat the system a little bit, but it might make more sense. I mean, I definitely don't want to go to, what was the next one up, the
23-gallon.
23-gallon, because then people would just put garbage in it. Yeah.
I wouldn't go bigger than that. But
Okay. So does someone want to make a motion to order 13-gallon bags?
also move.
Yeah, so I would make a motion that we order a stash of 13-gallon bags to be distributed at where, the town garage?
Yeah, I think we do it at the compost, at the station.
But that,
And this is
that
something,
won't be until the 1st of July.
right, exactly. Yep, it won't be till the 1st of July anyway. So
How many boxes?
let's see, there's 60 per box. Should we get 4 boxes to start and see where that takes us?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
So all those in favor of ordering 4 boxes of the 13-gallon compostable bags from Organic Solutions at $29.95 per case, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. So Carla, if you go ahead and order those up so we can get them stashed. And then Steve, you were going to ask Triple T about a dumpster of some sort?
Yes. Pete from Triple T made a suggestion that we try first, and we adjust it as we see what the compliance rate is. He has a feeling that with the towns he's been working with, the compliance rate is going to be very low. He doesn't expect us to be generating a lot of compostable material weekly. So we're starting out with a small can, and we'll see how that takes us for the first week. and we'll adjust it as we need to.
Okay. Yeah, I think that makes good sense. So that being said, we are, once the bags come in,
With that small can, is it going to stay here, or we're going to have to pay to have it hauled?
No, it's going to get put right in the back of the compactor truck.
Okay. All right, no problem.
okay. So with that, once we get the bags, we are ready to be in compliance for July 1st, which is good. Okay. Next up, talked to Anita this week about extending the dog license late fee charges to July 1st. We had talked when we extended it to, I actually think we extended it to June 1st, the last meeting, or maybe it was 2 meetings ago. But anyway, she has been hearing from a few people that are having trouble getting vet appointments to get rabies shots. So she would like to extend that deadline to July 1st. If anyone would like to move something like that. So I
I
guess
make a motion that we extend the dog licensing fees to July 1st,
Second.
2020.
any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of extending the dog licensing late fees to July 1st signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. All right. New business we covered already. We do have need for an executive session. So I will entertain a motion to enter executive session under 1 VSA 313 AF as in Frank for attorney correspondence.
So,
Okay, all those in favor, any discussion? No. All those in favor of entering executive session under 1 VSA 313 AF for attorney correspondence signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, so Helen, I am going to put you in the waiting room. Wait a second. Okay. And Rich, I'm going to put you in the waiting room.